for its blessings, its opportunities, its challenges. May we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance for each day as it comes, for each day's duties, for each day's problems. May we be challenged to give our best always, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen. Amen.
I would like to welcome everyone today and thank you all for coming to our meeting. We have a few guests in the room today. We have a guest speaker too. And I would like everybody to go around the room and introduce yourselves, your business if you have one, tell us who you're with. And I'm going to start right over here with Kevin.
I'm Kevin Rowland. Right now I work for Indiana Department of Transportation, but in a few weeks I'm going to start with Banning Engineering.
Hello everyone, my name is Aline Kamanzi. I'm here to present our business. The name is United Credit Education or United Wealth Education. We are helping people who are drowning in debt because of credit score, and then we are making money in this business. Thank you for welcoming me.
Work to this go at Town Cleanville, quick travel, and the like move.
Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning, everybody, but it's afternoon now, isn't it? So good afternoon, everybody. Joy Dorsey with Mining Car Care Center, Bloomfield and Bloomington, but I'm glad to be back in this everybody.
I'm Jennifer Labor with Cruise Planners.
I'm Tom Hilliard and my wife Dolly. I was a manufacturer here in Plainfield, Indiana for a number of years. Matter of fact, for you people that are, shall we say, mature, I manufactured drive-in theater speakers for 20 years. And then I started doing stuff with Manchester. I'm now retired, or retired. Anyway, I'm one of the
For all of you that don't know it, Tom started this club. He's responsible for Santa House at Ace Hardware. He did numerous service projects in and around this area. He's my dad, too, so. All right, over here.
Dave Otterville, Merton Base Church.
Ron.
Here we go. Ron Porter, Merton Base Church.
Stacy Havermill, Mercy Baptist Church, and Plainfield Youth Assistance Program.
Yay!
Rob Otterville, Jerry Shepherd with Jam Training and Promotion.
Amber Tucker with Jam Printing and Promotions.
Yay!
Brad Lloyd, Plainfield Chamber.
Yay!
Jim Beebe, Unbreakable Athletics Academy.
Newest member!
Lucky Lucky, Jack's Donuts of Plainfield.
Michelle Manchurch, Center of Power Partners, Financial
Devon McDonald, guest speaker, and also Athletes in Action, work with the chaplains.
Angel Wharton with Lending Medical Gases.
All right, Kim Baker, Citizens Bank.
Carla Sweet with Spirion Staffing. I still need lots of employees.
Barrett Pauly for American Financial Services.
Jim Getz with Big B Coffee.
Henry Gill, Gill Insurance Advisors. Fabric Care Cleaners. My name is James Bell.
Rhonda Zollner, owner-operator, Ray Mellons. Beth Fax, Fax Wellness.
New member!
club secretary, retired.
Vincent Duke, Ever Studios, commercial photo video.
Alrighty, we are going to have our speaker come up here real soon, but I think Buffy would like to come up and Amber and talk about the Key Club right now. Are you prepared to do that right now?
Hi. So we had the pleasure of meeting with the new group of Key Club at Plainfield High School. These kids are super fired up and they're really excited to revive this group. It slept for, a year and a half? And now new blood, new energy. The pastor is amazing. The faculty advisor is amazing. The pastor is also amazing. The faculty advisor, he has so much energy and he has just really taken this and is running with it. And so we're hoping that he will come on fall break to our Kiwanis meeting so that you all can meet him and thank him for his service in helping us with this Key Club getting it off the ground. But we have 30 kids that have signed up? 30 kids. Yeah. So as this club develops and moves along, we're going to be reaching out to our adult group here to support these kids. I mean, these are our future Kiwanis members. We are trying to instill a lifestyle of servant leadership and really get them excited about community service and serving their fellow students and then also the youth in the community. And so we're going to be sharing a lot about what they're doing, trying to get you guys excited about it too. If you want to support this group, we're going to be looking for some small donations, some little gift cards, that type of thing, to incentivize them on some of the initiatives that are coming up. Like the week of service. Do you want to know?
Right. So November 1st through the 5th is Key Club Week. So every day of the week they will do something different. So like the first one, and they gave some ideas which I think are great, are where the kids go and decorate their advisor's door, so Mr. Moster's door. Also go out to some of the businesses here in the community, do the same thing. And then they had one great day where it was just all acts of kindness. So where they can, hold the door open for our students at school, maybe just give out some notes or just little cards saying, you're awesome, today you'll shine, or what have you. Just those type of things. And then it ends up, and then the other days there's something else. But Amber came up with a great idea to where, the kids can get a ticket for every single act that they do throughout the week. And then maybe at the end of the week, we could give some prizes away to some of these kids who have really gone above and beyond for the staff and for the community. So, and for each other, which is key. So if you guys are interested in that, you can always, see Amber. She can get those cards. You can get those cards to her, or even if it's a bag of candy or what have you, to where they can hand it out to the students. I think it's just a great idea, and this is a great way to promote the Key Club, to get them out. And that goes hand in hand. So I'm going to talk about something else, and I spoke to Lori about it, and Amber, we talked about it as well. That for us to do more service-based things. We don't do enough service-based. So to work hand in hand with the Key Club, and even with the K Club, because Bill said that they'll start back up in the spring, those are really important things. I mean, we do a lot of fundraisers for Kiwanis, but we're also not out in our community. And, we need to set that example for those kids. So I would love to do some sort of committee, whoever wants to join the committee, whoever has any ideas of the things that we could do, because Joy is doing, their group is doing the coat drive, just those continuous things that we need to do for here. So if anyone has any ideas or, is interested in doing that, please reach out. I really would like to get a road that's for Kiwanis, to where it's our road. we clean up the road, that, you know, Key Club cleans up the road, K Club can go out there and help clean up the road. I mean, that's something that I'm going to look into to see if we can get a street in Plainfield that is our street, that, you know, we are cleaning that street up every month, you know, to help beautify Plainfield. But if anyone else has any ideas, please reach out. And, you know, to go back to the Key Club, if you have any ideas that they could be doing, please reach out to us. And, you know, when Mr. Moster comes, hopefully in the next couple weeks, those are things that you can meet with him or briefly speak to him about. So, I mean, we're super excited. Barrick is part. We're going to try to have a meeting outside of, but this is a perfect time so Barrick can meet the kids as well. But it's a great group of kids who are super, super excited to get out there and do stuff.
And we're just trying to instill, again, that culture of servant leadership and that creating that culture of kindness, because that's how you combat bullying, that's how you combat isolation, that's how you combat depression. It's with building that culture of kindness, and it starts with the kids. And so, you know, anything that we can do to support that and to encourage that, we're super excited about.
But it all takes all of you guys as well.
Yes.
It does. It really, really takes all of you guys. So hopefully you guys can think of some things. I don't care how little it is. Mr. Moster is so interested in just being part of the community and Key Club being there. Please, whatever it is, let us know, and then we can get you with him. All right?
Yeah. Great job. Thank you. If anyone wants to help Buffy and Amber, please see them and let them know that you'd like to be on the committee with them for the town cleanup and the things that we're looking forward to doing. Tom, would you like to get up and read your poem? Tom is a poet, and he has something I wanted to capture on video that I want you all to see here.
I wrote this, you know, we're not wearing masks now, but this was, I wrote this a year ago last May, and the COVID-19 is a very serious thing, but you got to have a little humor, right? This is called The Mask. I said, do I make you think of Zorro, the Flash, or Spider-Man? No one can tell when I wear my mask of who it is I am. I try not to wear it around young kids that I don't want to scare. They don't know the virus is why the mask I wear. Also found this frowned upon to wear it in the bank. Next thing you know, you're handcuffed and they put you in the tank. But the mask I wear does the job that it's supposed to do. It keeps those ugly germs away. And it'll do the same for you. I'll give you one more. Hey, usually when I find something about Plainfield history, they call me. I've been here for a while. Okay? Matter of fact, my granddaddy, he was town marshal in Plainfield from 1920 to 1954. 1954, he became the first chief of police. You've heard of Franklin Park, okay? Anyway, I'm old Plainfield. And in 1951, I left to go down to Texas to go to college. I met this little Texas girl down there. And I wrote this little thing. Population in Plainfield back then was about 1,000. I said, I grew up in Plainfield. Pretty fortunate, I guess. Population about 1,000. A Hoosier town, God bless. Not too big, not too small. For a town, I'd say just right. You might not know all the names of folks, but you knew them all by sight. Now, most people were related in this community. They looked after theirs and yours. That's responsibility. I remember downtown places that I loved to explore, like Stratford's Drugs, the Pruitt, and Wiggy's 10-cent store. In the summertime, the kids would bike down to the park to play. They didn't need adults around to organize their day. Now, my parents and grandparents, my daughter's family too, all once lived on South Vine Street. No lie. That's really true. Peggy and Hilly were my folks. Franklin's my grandparents. And I hope that after I grew up, their training was apparent. The town's changed a bit since those days. It's bigger, you can see. It's had a lot of growing pains, but can't outgrow you and me. First Wednesdays now, the even months the old timers get together. We talk about the good old days. Yeah, sometimes the weather. They're all darn proud of this small town. And they brag about it too, but how can you call it bragging if all they say is true?
I think Joy and James, you might want to, did you want to come up and mention your the Hendricks County Coach for Kids?
James, are you going to help with me? James, no, just kidding. So I wanted to read something really quickly here. It's from Hoosier Hills Food Bank, actually, that we helped last year, that some of my great friends came and from Plainfield and gave to our food drive we had in Bloomington. It says, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I might. Usually it's Brian that gets emotional, but it's me today. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. That's what you all have been to me. That's what you all have been to us. I'm so excited that this is happening. I know, Rob, I gave you some of the flyers. This is coming up, very fast approaching. But yeah, so we're still collecting, but I was going to see, I'll let you say the timeline of where we're at, because obviously we are nearing the closeness time of needing volunteers. Please message me either on Facebook, Joy Johnson Dorsey, or my Nikki Joy at Yahoo, or even, I guess that's the best, or the Hendricks County Coach of the Community, the Facebook page. Message me on there. If anybody can help volunteer that day, that would be great. And so,
What type of volunteers are you looking for?
you know, we're going to need, for the day, we'll need just people to help walk those around that are needing the coats, whether it be, you know, it obviously will be hopefully families, and I'll let you, because
You'll probably need someone registering everyone at the door, because you want to know who came. And so we can reach out to them the following year. We're going to want to know, and Rob, you might help me with this vision, because you've probably done more of these type of events than I have. But I've been to the Hamilton County event, and they escorted people through the process. Because you want, by having an escort, we're help controlling someone who's going to be grabbing 2 or 3 coats when they only should be grabbing 1. And every now and then you get that person just upset because you don't have that perfect coat for them. So having a volunteer there to walk them through helps keep everything in control. So how many volunteers? I don't know. We're not going to have as many coats as we would like for the first year. I'm guessing we're going to be between 200 to 300. I don't know what kind of participation we're going to get for the first year, but a friend of mine who was part of Bob Gregory's Coats for Kids program in Marion County, its first year they only gave out 100 coats. And then Bob Gregory got involved in it the 3rd or 4th year. So it takes a little time to build. This year we just want to get the event off the ground, get some people to take some coats. We'll learn what our problems are. We'll get better at it. When we probably will be clarifying what we need in Plainfield, because our event is October 23rd.
yes.
And we'll have practice on this on October 10th, 9th at Monroe County as we do theirs event at the warehouse in Monroe County. So we'll start to see what we need. We're also have started communication with the interchurch faith group of Hendricks County, who has their coats distribution program on the 16th of October, the weekend before ours. So they've also indirectly offered to give us their leftover coats to help with this. And then we may end up giving these to Hamilton County, because they're not having their event until November. Just because we have to decide where we want to go and what do we want to do for the future. But I'm sure we'll have this event over and over and over, and it will build and it will grow.
And then we'll know more. I know Rob, I had spoken with Rob, and we're so grateful that Mercy Base has offered to be the distribution site, well, for Distribution Day, October 23rd. They're actually the site, so we're so grateful for you all and how you stepped forward. I've still got to get with Rob about the night before, if I'll need some volunteers. So that's more in the next week. I'd like to, I can put on actually the Hendricks County Coach of the Community Facebook page on really what's going on. But, anyone can reach out to me. As you can tell, this is kind of new for me, that this is the first year I've done this personally. So, please be gracious that it'll be a great thing, but I think, like you said, it's going to be a learning experience, and hopefully just keep getting better and better.
So we'll have people there Friday night to help.
That would be great.
And then we'll have volunteers. So I challenge everybody else to bring some volunteers. as well, but we'll have volunteers.
And the event is actually, well, thank you. Well, I know the event's 9 to 1. And then I'm thinking like an hour before is when we'll, when we're going to start pretty much, right, Rob? I know that's.
But you're right. If we set up the night before, everything's ready, then we'll figure out how we're going.
And the time for Friday night is what time?
Well, 6 to 8.
Is that up?
Yeah, that would be great if, I know we're still kind of talking over that, but would that work for you?
Absolutely.
That'd be great. The volunteers you always get at the church are, I'm just so grateful. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, if you volunteer on Friday night, though, set up. We'll feed you guys.
I'll get right now. Mention real quick that Buffy, we want to thank you for the donut cake. Buffy has graciously made a donut cake for our August and September birthdays. I want to read you people off because believe me, I don't forget your birthdays. Well, Keith Eckler, you had a birthday August 12th. Harry Gill had a birthday August 18th. He thinks it's still going on, but it's actually over, Harry. Kevin Rowland had a birthday August 28th. Brad Du Bois had a birthday. Am I right? Oh, okay. Let me write that down. What? Always speak your birthday. Okay, scratch that one. Scratch that one. Those are the people who are here. But our members that have birthdays who aren't here, which this is going to be on tape, I want to say happy birthday to Brent Anderson, our fire chief. He had a birthday August 6th. Stephanie Singh had a birthday August 7th. She's with the town of Plainfield. Jason Shank, who we miss dearly, had a birthday August 22nd. And Chad Hoskins had a birthday September 11th. And Melanie Noble had a birthday September 23rd. So for that reason, please dig in after the meeting or now. We have a birthday cake up here. So we're going to sing happy birthday to everybody real quick. Have I missed anyone? I know you're not going to tell me if I did, but I will find you and see you out and announce you next meeting. So can we sing happy birthday to everyone real quick?
Happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you.
All right, next up, Jennifer's going to talk about the international fest.
All right, this Saturday is our Hendricks County International Festival at Talon Stream Park from 11 to 3. I have flyers on everybody's table, so if you are interested in going, we would love to have you. We still need some volunteers, and I sent out an email earlier this week, so please consider volunteering on Saturday. Other than that, we'll see you on Saturday for a great time.
Thank you. Real quick, before our speaker comes up, Kevin, I'm going to point you out again. I'm sorry. Do you have any news from the state? Kevin is our past district governor from the state of Indiana, and he's from Plainfield. He's a member of this club and the Brownsburg Club and like every other club in the state, I think. But he's been a huge supporter of this club. Do you want to come up here? Do you have anything you want to announce for us?
It's just it's that time of year for your dues renewals, so remember to do that. She says October 1 is the fiscal year start over, so we get a clean slate October 1. The current governor, Martin Furnish, had a heart attack about a week and a half ago. He's made it through triple bypass surgery, and he's recovering. So remember him in your prayers. But yeah, this is the time of year where we go around and get to induct officers and have the annual meetings a lot of clubs have, like Mooresville's having one in a couple of days, where they kind of roast their officers. It's a hoot. Last week I was down in Benson celebrating their 100th year celebrations. It's a good time of year for Kiwanis. Appreciate all you guys do for this community and for Ryder Hospital.
Before Devon comes up, does anyone else have anything they'd like to announce? Or
I guess I do.
Miss Jill.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm gonna wing it. Level 2 is doing their entrepreneurship summit tomorrow. Friday, sorry. Starts at 8 o'clock. They'll have breakfast, a light breakfast, and they have speakers all day long. That includes lunch. And then happy hour at 4:30, which all the chambers are invited to, so please come with Brad's providing. But anyway, happy hour at 4:30. It's really good. It's going to be something about to start and set up your business, how to create cash flow projections and financial statements, startup and small business funding panel, stories from local successful entrepreneurs, and much more. And like I said, breakfast and lunch is included in the deal, and it's free. So all you have to do is show up, you get all that for free. So it's this Friday at level 2 right over here. You can just take a picture of this flyer right here and sign up as well. So look at your table, and please join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Mr. Rob.
Are you going to announce all the winners of the...
Can you come up and do that? Of what?
Are you going to announce all the winners of president
Do that. Bill? We're going to have Bill, our secretary, come up.
Okay.
So just think of it.
We had an election much more formally than we've ever done for several years, and it was a good experience, and people got involved, and that was wonderful. And we have the following officers for the new year. Lori continues as president. We have Vice President Rhonda Zollner. It was a very close vote. We have so many good leaders in this club, and but we have a new Vice President. We have same old secretary. You're stuck with me. We have a new treasurer, Jill Hunter. And we have a whole new committee chair. We haven't really done this before, but we need it. And Nick is our member chair. Harry. I'm sorry. I should have brought the list. Let's cut that and try it again. Okay, we have a new member chair, and that is Harry Gill. Okay. Maybe next year you realize it's time for a new secretary.
Yes, Jim.
One thing real quick, this Saturday at Unbreakable Athletics, we're having our Unbreakable Boobs event. It's our breast cancer event. It's our 9th year doing it. We're right around $17,000 raised now. We're trying to hit 20 again. We're 3rd year in a row doing that. Admission's $25 in cash. It all goes to the charity. So you guys can come by at 9 o'clock before you go to the International Festival. We'll do that quickly. You'll see some athletes there doing workouts that are painful to raise money. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Saturday, 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Mark.
Well, let's just say, Rosen, thank you all for Stacy and I want to thank all of you. The Oasis event that a lot of you were involved in, and you made our European real successful too. We were involved and contributed. So, is that on the wall night?
It's awesome. Thank you. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
All right. We are excited for our speaker today.
Yes.
Devon McDonald, former Colts player. I just want to stand next to him real quick. Thank you. I just wanted you to get that.
Well, I want to thank Lori, and I want to thank the club. Definitely want to thank Rob for the mail, and found out he was a San Francisco fan, and like, how did we get along? You know what I mean? But I told him yesterday, keep your enemies close.
You almost hung up on me.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure to be here. I believe you guys just sitting there, just to hear all the work that you guys are doing, and to hear from Rob how big this club is. Everybody didn't come today. They probably don't know we're them fans, but that's okay. That's okay. We will forgive them. We'll definitely forgive them. But again, just to hear the work that you guys are doing, I think it's so tremendous. And so I'm going to continue in that same vein, because you see, I was born in the island of Jamaica, and growing up as a Jamaican boy, right? Growing up in Jamaica, my life was a little bit different, even in Jamaica, because I'm a middle child, and you know what that means, right? That means you're weird. I mean, you're not the youngest, so you don't get that baby love, you know what I mean? And you're not the oldest, so we got the first baby love. You in the middle. I mean, I'm just in this place, you know? And I just said I was going to say this, right? So Lou Holtz taught me this. He said, when you're making a speech, be good. If you're not going to be good, be short. So you can't lose today. I'm either going to be good or I'm going to be short. So I'm a middle child, right? So here I am a middle child and dealing with this situation where I wasn't a person that received a lot of affection. So I grew up with this, and the home that I grew up in, my mom and daddy, they weren't as loving as what they could have been, should have been, right? And so growing up in an atmosphere like that was tough. And so we left from Jamaica, came to America. When we came to America, we started to experience life in America, right? I mean, my mother came here first, and in some ways she was kind of running away from my daddy a little bit, because my daddy is a policeman, violent in some ways. But she came to America at first, and so she brought over the rest of the children. And so we came here. And so as a young boy, I was looking for the two things I want to talk about today, that I believe that you guys are giving, and hopefully you'll be able to give more of it, because I think it's needed and necessary, is encouragement and challenge. Encouragement and challenge. So here I am. I came from Jamaica. I'm in America now, and I saw this game called football for the very first. I'm in front of the camera, so I'm gonna get in front and get my right side, you know, my best side. And so I saw the game of football for the very first time. Guess who was playing? The San Francisco 49ers. And a guy ran up and went boom. His name was Ronnie Lott. And I said, yeah, man, I want to do that. So I went out for Little League football. I'm from Jamaica. I've never seen a game of football. In Jamaica, we're Commonwealth of England, so we get a lot of rugby. So I thought it was rugby, but I was like, wait, that's not rugby. They got all helmets and stuff like that. And so I'm like, wow. So I went out for Little League football, Major League football. And I began to play the game of football. I'll never forget my first play ever in my life. Went to school that day, got home in the afternoon. I'm one of 5 children. My mother had 2 sets of twins, so I'm a twin, of course, the better looking one. And so me and my twin brother, we were the one that were playing. So we ran to the park. We were going to play this game called football, man. This game we never seen before. We just practiced for 2 weeks. Here we are going to play our first game. And I'll never forget, I'm playing running back. So I'm in my stance. I'm nervous, I'm excited all at the same time. And so the quarterback, he went up to the center, he ducked down, he said, Blue 18. He pitched me the ball, I caught the ball, I started to make some move, running, thinking I was my first touchdown in my life. But right before I got to the end zone, a little guy came and boom, flipped me over 2 times. I landed on my back and I was like, yo man, we never had the experience this in Jamaica. Finished the game though, I didn't quit the game. I went on the next day, we came to practice. I'll never forget this. Our coach called me over and said, come here, McDonald. I came over there, my accent was really strong then, so I said, yes, sir. He said, you're from Jamaica, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, you know what? You showed me something yesterday. Many people who never played the game before and got hit the way you got hit and showed up today, boy, you got greatness in you, man. You got greatness in you. And I never forget this, what he said. He said, if you bite as a puppy, you bite as a dog. I'm like, man, I'm no dog, man. I'm no puppy. But what he was saying was basically, if the greatness is in you when you're little, it will show itself as you get older. This man encouraged me. See, I was growing up in a house that there wasn't a lot of encouragement. And so here's somebody from the outside saying, listen, man, I believe you can make it to the NFL. I believe you can go to Division I college. Talk about encouragement. It's needed and it's necessary. And especially when they're young. Because you see, when they go to school, there's a lot of bullying that takes place. And one way for you to make yourself look good is to put somebody down. And they experience that. So encouragement is big. I went on to high school. Went to two high schools. One at high school called Eastside High School. You might have heard a movie called Lean On Me. Went to that school, a guy named Joe Clark. He came to the school, revolutionized the school, turned it around. It was a tough neighborhood. But the sophomore year, they fired their head football coach from Eastside High School. And they hired another guy to replace him. And the guy that replaced him met with each football player. And so when I met with the coach that day, he asked me my goal for the future. And I said, I'm going to go to Division I college. I'm going to go to NFL. I'm making a lot of money, man. He looked me in my face and said, you'll never do it. So at that point, I had a choice to make. And see, guys and ladies, in life, we're not born winners, we're not born losers, but what we are born are choosers. And it's what you choose to believe is what you end up seeing in your life. So at that time, I had a choice to make. I was 15 years old. I went home and I told my mother I want to transfer. She said, what's going on? I told her the situation. I transferred, went to the rival school, John F. Kennedy High School. My twin brother stayed at that high school because when you have twins, one is usually more aggressive than the other one. You guess who's aggressive, right? So he stayed there. I went to the rival school. My junior year, we were 0-8-1, the worst team in New Jersey. Eastside High School, where I came from, was 4-5. But going into my senior year, my coach came to me and said, Devon, you can go to Division I college if you work hard, I believe. My senior year ended, we had a record of 10-0-1 state champions. We went from 0-8-1 to 10-0-1 state champions. Guys and ladies, I live a life of positivity because I've seen in my own life that if you don't quit, if you believe, and you have people that is encouraging you, that there's so much can go on in your life. Graduated and I had a chance to go to any university. I chose the University of Notre Dame. Hey. Yeah. It's okay, man. It's okay. I understand. I get you. You got the green. I mean, you got all the, except for the Green Bay hat. You're fine. I went to Notre Dame. And there's when I met a man named Lou Holtz. Talk about an encourager. Talk about somebody who come, he said, Devon McDonald, Sean, you're going to be one of the greatest linebacker ever. Never heard that before. I never even thought that I could be one of the greatest ever. To leave Notre Dame? No. But he saw something in me. And here's the next part that I talked about, encouragement and challenge, is what Lou Holtz did. He challenged us and he challenged me. He didn't allow us to deal with mediocre type playing and in school. He demanded excellence. He demanded it every day in practice. There's so many times I would go into his office before, especially when I got older, upperclassman, I was a captain my last year. I would go into his office and I would sit down, and what Lou Holtz was doing, prior to going out to speak to the team, he would write down what he's going to talk about. He didn't leave that to chance to just flip it off his head. No, he prepared himself because he knew and believed that we were that valuable. So he encouraged us. and he challenged us. You know, this past weekend, something monumental happened at Notre Dame. A guy named Brian Kelly, who I didn't like, I learned to love. He's a winless coach in the most storied franchise or program in the world. 106 wins. He has eclipsed the great Lou Rockney. Well, Lou Holtz could have done it. If he'd have stuck around one more year, because we average eight wins a year. Before, I believe Lou Holtz didn't want to do it because he wanted Lou Rockney to be Lou Rockney. Because he got his place, because as Brian Kelly said, I got the most wins but no championship. And until you get a championship, you're still floundering, brother. But encouragement and challenge. In our life, that's needed and that's necessary. And throughout your day, it's very critical that you're being encouraged and that you're encouraging people. That you're challenging yourself and you're challenging people. So you guys are doing a great work. But you can do better, because I heard some statement up here, some opportunities for people to volunteer. There should never be a case where there's nobody to volunteer. So that's part of my challenge to you today. Because those young people, they need it. And see, I've been telling this story because I used to work for a few ministries. One of the ministries, Sports World, we used to send out speakers. And before, what I didn't share, I was a stutterer, who eventually was the president of a ministry that what they do is speak. I did that I was the president for 7 years. I was with the company for over 18 years. I told you I was a citizen of Jamaica. But when 9/11 hit, you better be a citizen of America, because they were talking about deporting people. And my mom was like, hey, my mom was already a citizen, so I went to get my citizenship. And so the appointment was for October 28th. Well, it was the same day I was supposed to speak at Plainfield High School. And I said, wow, okay, I can't do both. 9 o'clock, I can't do both. So I told my lawyer that I was utilizing to get my citizenship. I said, you know what? Let's reschedule. Because I got to speak at Plainfield High School. She said, you don't understand. We had to go through so much just to get this appointment date. We don't know when we're going to get another date again. I said, that's okay, I'll take my chance. So I came here to Plainfield High School, got out of my car, came into the school, and I gave my message of hope. For the last ministry, that's what we talked about, was hope. Encouragement. And the young man waited. Now, as a speaker, you know, there's 3 waves of people. The first wave is the superficial folks. They only come because they're going to be around a superstar. They're not really interested in you, but in what they think you're all about. The second wave of people, though, they're a little bit more serious. So the question from the first people is, what kind of car you drive? Is your wife pretty? The second wave of people is, you know, what did you major in? Yeah, they get a little bit more serious. The third wave of people now, that's the serious folks. And they usually wait till everybody else is gone. So sure enough, I was on the board of FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athlete. And so one of my friends, Brad Long, and they ring a bell to anybody out here? Anyway, Brad Long, he was on FCA. He was coming to me, and the very moment he was coming to meet me, there was a little young guy coming up with tears streaming down his face. And so they converged on me the same time. The young guy said, "You're my guardian angel." Brad Long said, "I'll see you later." And he left. And I said, "What's going on?" I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Sean." He said, "Man," I said, "What, guardian angel?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You see, last night I tried to kill myself. And I talked to my mom, and she said she made an appointment with a counselor. And she said, "Why don't you just go on to school anyway?" And he came to school. And see, what he heard was my message. That while I was in the NFL, come from a game down in New Orleans, on the highway in Phoenix, I was about to drive my car off the hill. I was going to commit suicide. And what he heard that day was that I did not commit suicide. What I did was I went home and I fell to my face and I began to cry out to God. And my life was transformed and changed. Grew up in my mom, when she came from Jamaica, she became a Christian. My dad became a Christian later. I thought, you know what? That's that's your religion. But that day, in 1996, God came from here to here. And so that's what Sean heard that day. Kept in contact with him. It's been a few years now, but I just believe that his life was transformed and changed. So guys and ladies, you're doing a great work. It's needed and it's necessary. Today, my wife and I work with AIA Athletes in Action. We are directors to the chaplains. We have 8 chaplains, husband and wife teams that minister. So the office is in Xenia, Ohio. But that's what we do today. So I'm still impacting people, just not as directly, because let's be for real, the most marketable logo in the world is the NFL logo. And who's enamored by it? Young folks. And so it's important for the athletes, like myself, what I used to do, to be empowered, to be saved, to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, so that they're representing Christ in such a way that when these youngsters see them, they know the way to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Devon. That was very, very wonderful. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to come up? Oh, Rhonda. Oh, Rhonda. Oh, I should have her come say a few words. Okay. Anybody else? Rob, thank you so much for bringing your friend. What a wonderful speaker.
You said friend?
Awesome. Outstanding. Anyone else like to say anything today before we have an M&M drawing? I don't have a drum beat. I already give you today from the highest I've ever seen. So you guys all like Harry.
He beat his own kid's record.
Thank you, guys. You can all network with each other. Thank you so much. Do you want to say anything? Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Hello everyone. I would like to say thank you to Miss Lori who invited me today. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to meet everyone according to this business, especially to improve our community. So I'm here to represent the United Credit Education Services. This is a company established in the United States since 2004, and then is headquartered in Farmington in Michigan. So it's helping many people about to raise the credit score, and then is helping people to work from home to make their own business, because you can make it your own business while you are helping people to raise credit score. And then we got paid by referrals. So some people are making money, are growing through this business. So I would like to know if there's somebody here with the real estate, because we work with the real estates. Because some people need to buy a house and then they have like a problem with the correction and then some negative items in the credit score. And then besides, we immigrants here, when we came here in this country, we don't take it as serious as it is. Because of the rate payments or the loans we have, we don't pay it like as regular as it's supposed to be. So if you know somebody who's struggling with the credit score, who's struggling like to know where he can get a help, we can still help him, because we do credit score between 2 months to 6 months. And then we work with 3 credit bureaus companies, which is Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. I had one of member here from Spherion. We're afraid even soon we're not gonna get work because of the credit score, especially people who doesn't like live here a long time. And then, so thank you for everything. Thank you guys.